This is the part of my yard. See here, I've already harvested some of the cassava. But this is the part of the yard that I kind of like grow wildflowers, and I have some wild Everglade tomatoes. And I planted my cassava here in July 2019, and so now it's been this January 2020 now. So, but got quite a bit just from one that I just harvested, and then out of the stem of that plant I'm gonna cut up, and I'm gonna leave probably around 6 of the little, I don't know, nodes that are coming out of there. I'm gonna replant that, and that will regrow into more cassava plants. So how I do it is I clear away all the grass or anything that's growing around it. Just to give yourself some space to work with here, so you can see what you're doing. Oh man, this was rooted good. Okay, so it's really quick, super easy to harvest, since you can basically, you can either dig them out before you knock the plant over, but I kind of like to just dig a little bit just to loosen it up some, and then I push the plant over, and it kind of brings up the roots. You can hear them popping. And then I continue to dig on any of the ones that have broken off. So I'm just gonna let this fall over now. And there's my yucca. Here's one. I'm gonna go ahead and just snap off of here. Now yucca, when you purchase it in the store, it's coated with a wax that preserves it. But when you harvest it from home, you want to either cook it, use it the same day, within at least 24 hours, or store it in the freezer and to preserve it, because otherwise it will go bad. And then always cook it. Never eat it raw because it has cyanide. But the cooking cooks off the cyanide. And it's super easy to grow. As you see, this soil is Florida sand. I cleaned out my chicken coop, and I did put some of the waste from that, which was chicken poop and the pine chips. So that is the only type of fertilizer that this received. Other than that, it was grown in Florida sand, so super easy to grow. And I imagine, even if it's planted in rich, fertile soil, I'm sure it would even take off even more. I am super big on plants that you can harvest and then get many more plants out of for the next growing season. Like I said, each of these nodules, this will shoot up. For the most part, people usually go with 6. They cut and they leave about 6, and usually they'll put like 3 under the ground and 3 on top above the ground. So this will shoot off leaves, and these will shoot off roots. You see the little, I don't know if the camera's coming. There it is. And then, I mean, look, they're tall, you know, that's gonna make quite a few more. So I'm gonna set this one here, this other one over with it. Excuse my that was cleaning from my chicken coop as well. I've got some pumpkins growing in it from seeds that were left that the chickens didn't eat. This small one here, I'm gonna leave. I'm not gonna harvest that one. And then I'm gonna harvest this other one here. It's not as large. But I kind of want to clear this area to make room for other vegetation. And then also, oh my gosh, also, you want to plant it in different areas. Since I planted it here this time, this following year, I'm going to choose a different location to plant it for my next year's crop. And there's Sadie. Sadie, what are you doing? She wants to be over here with me. She says, come dig with you, Mom. Alright. So as you can see, this one was quite a bit smaller. And that's alright. And some of them did snap off, so I'm going to go ahead and try to dig this one out. Without snapping it off again. There we go. Ah, that was nice. Not bad. Not a bad size for such a little plant. But I think that's the only one that's going to give me. So, I have one more that I'm going to harvest today. We have many projects going on this year. We had this lot here cleared, and we're getting some soil delivered this week, and we're going to be doing a lot permacultural landscaping over there. Okay, so again, I'm just clearing away around the base of it. I'm sorry if there's a lot of movement. I hope it's not making you dizzy. Okay. Do a little bit more. Okay. This one was a pretty large, pretty tall plant. Here again, and then I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to grab it and tug back and forth with it. I have a fence on one side, so I'm going to pull it the other way. Good. There's one. Okay. So with these, I'm going to take some of them and make some french fries with, and then the rest I'm going to freeze. Alright, let's see if there's any more. Alright, I think we're good. So this is actually the cutting of this that I had planted in July of last year. So as you can see, how the little nodules, nodes, whatever the heck they're called, that they will send out roots at the base end, and then it'll grow the plant at the other end. So you see how I would do that. So then up here I will do, out of all these sections, I will do the same thing, and then I'll get, you know, from here, that'll be one plant, second plant, you know, third, fourth. So that's, I mean, that's how much more you can get from one plant. So it's pretty amazing. All right, so I remove all the leaves. So I just cut my first section. This one here, this will be about the size of all of the ones that I plant. And just to show you the base of it again, on the root system, this is what I had did before. This is just small cutting like this. You could either place it in the ground. You want to make sure that it's facing the correct way. Place it in the ground halfway. Make sure you have, you know, 3 nodes under and 3 nodes up at least. Place it in the ground in the soil like that, to where the soil comes up to here. Or you can place it this way. You want to make sure that one side's down more, a little lower than the other, and then this here will grow up and create a new plant. For now, I'm placing these in some water until I get it all cut. The leaves, just chop and drop. Alright, so out of, was it 5? Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's right, I only harvested 4. So out of 4 cassava plants that were in the ground for, let's say, 6-7 months, I've got that amount cassava, and I have 43 new plants that I can plant. Pretty cool. This time next year, I will have a whole heck of a lot more, and I am super excited. The plan is, this lot here we have cleared, we're gonna make it a little food forest. And I plan on putting the cassava throughout, just for different height and greenery of the landscape. It's great for privacy. So I just wanted to add real fast that when I plant these 43 new cassava plants, come time when I want to harvest, I'm not going to harvest all of them at once. I just wanted to share that. I will probably harvest a few at a time, just like I did today, and then replant those that I harvest. Like, say if I do 4 at a time, 5 at a time. And that way I will always have a continuous harvest of cassava. And then say if I even wanted to put cuttings up for sale one day after I have the amount that I want to have and I have an abundance of it. So I mean, it just never stops giving.